4. Hey, Drew James here from LearnGuitarInLondon.com. Hope you're having a great day. I'm playing Stairway to Heaven, classic song, really good for our bar chords, for our finger style, and a lot of fun to play just on its own. It sounds wonderful. Let's start learning how to play it. We'll go one bar at a time. So the first thing to understand is that I'm up here on fret 5, and my index finger is having to make a mini bar chord. Mini being we're not pressing down all 6 strings, just the bottom 3. So you're going to bring your thumb round the back, push your wrist forwards, and you're going to pinch the strings, push the index finger into the wood so that you've got nice ringing clear notes for those bottom 3 strings. The ring finger is going to be on fret 7 on the D string. And this is giving you your first chord that you need, which is actually an A minor. So pressing that down, a few little tips here. Angle the index finger, point it towards your face. The ring finger, you don't want it collapsing or touching this string here. That's one of the biggest challenges with this song. So maybe don't fret a little more on your fingertip than normal, and don't forget to lock that finger joint rather than having it like this. Sorry, unlock it. All right, so that's a good tip. Press nice and hard with the index finger to get a clean tone. Once you've got that, with your finger style, you go thumb on D, index on G, middle on B, ring on E. Eddie 8, Dynamite, Goodbye Eddie, if you don't know the names of the strings. So that's your first chord. Then leave the bar there, put your middle finger now on fret 6 on the D string and your pinky on fret 7 on the thinnest string. Pinch the D and the E string, then middle finger on B, index on G, then ring. Okay, so the bar doesn't move throughout the whole thing. Good. Next, the first thing to do on this, actually I'll play it first. Okay, so the first thing to understand is coming from this chord. The first transition you need to do is make sure that now your bar encompasses the bottom 4 strings. Okay, we need that D string as well, pressing nice and hard. Pinky out into fret 8, 6, 7, 8 out here, stretching, thumb right round the back, pinch the D and the E string, then middle finger to get that 5 and index on 5, then ring on 8. So that's that chord done. Then move your bar down back to the bottom 3 strings, but down here on fret 2, pressing that bar down again, pointing towards your face with the tip of your finger. Ring finger on fret 4 on the D string. And then we're finally putting our middle finger on fret 3 on the B string. And then we're pinching D and E, then middle, then index on G, then ring on the 2. So that changes. So from tips from this, the middle finger doesn't need to be down instantly. One day it will be, but it doesn't need to be. This is the most important thing to get down. Bar and ring and middle finger after that. Okay, so let's put together those 2 bars. Good. Next chord is an F major 7. Index finger on fret 1 on the B string, middle finger on fret 2 on the G, and ring finger on fret 3 on the D. Pinching the D and the E string, so pull those 2 strings together. Then middle, index, middle, ring, middle, index. So it's important to note that everything up to now has been changes in what's known as half bar. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, but this one is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, so we're staying there for longer. Okay, so that's the picking pattern there. Next bar. So let me show you that. So hold down the 2nd fret on the A string. Put your thumb on that to play it, and then the index and middle play the open G and B. And then do the same pinch, but hold down the 1st fret on the B string and the 2nd fret on the G string. Pull that twice with the open A string. So it's... Then play the open A string, and then you're going to slide up to fret 8, and then down to fret 7. Now let me show you how I'm doing that. You play the open string, then you're going to slide from pretty much anywhere. It doesn't matter, but the important thing is to look at fret 8, because that's where the finger's going to end up. So it doesn't really matter where I am, but we want it to slide. And then middle finger on 7, so it's... Now to keep the slide, we keep the pressure down on the string, and when we get down to fret 8, there should be full pressure on that note. Okay, so I'll just recap those 2 bars now. Okay, now the next 2 bars, in fact the next 3 bars, are exactly the same thing. Okay, so you've already played that. It's identical, all right? So there's nothing new there for you to have to play. But this time, we're going open on the A string and 2nd fret on the A string. So I'm going to recap now from bars 1 to 8 up to that point. Play it along with me. 3 and 4 and... Okay, into the next part. So make a common all garden C chord into C. So 1st fret on B, 2nd fret on D, 3rd fret on A. Pick the A string, the D string, the open G, and then the open thinnest. Then change to a D chord, 2nd fret on the G string, 2nd fret on the E string, 3rd fret on the B string, pinching the D and the E, then middle, index, ring. So it's... So that bar is... Good. Now you may have noticed as I was changing chord, we've got open strings here. These are 2 opens. So we can be making the D over the top if you've got that. Next 2 bars. So you make your F major 7 chord that we had earlier. You're pinching the D and the E string, then middle, index, ring. Then just let go of the rest of the chord apart from the middle finger on the G string, pinching the A and the B as opens, then this index to play this 2 on the G, then open on A, 2nd on A. So that bar is... Again. And those 2 bars from the C. Good. Next bar. So you make your C chord again. This time you're pinching the A and the B strings, so pull those both together. Then index on G, then thumb on D, then middle on the B. Then you can make a G, 3rd fret on the thickest string, 3rd fret also on the thinner string. I like to use my ring and pinky, but you could use middle and ring if you wanted to. So you pinch the top and bottom string on those 2 3s, then middle finger on the open, G on the open, and then ring. So that bar is. And the next bar, make a D chord, but put your little finger down on fret 3 on the thinnest string. Okay, so this is actually called a D suspended 4th. And you're going to pinch the D string and the ring finger on the thinnest string that's holding down this 3. And then you're going to flick the little finger away. So that means pushing the finger down and flicking the string away to reveal to your 2. So your 2's holding down like a normal D does, but your little finger is holding the 3 initially, and it's pulling away, so you get this 3, 2, with this making the noise, this finger, not my fretting hand. And then strum the D chord just with the top of the index fingernail I use, twice. Then open 2 on the A string. So I'll do that again. And now I'll recap from the first time we go to the C chord, nice and slow. From here we go back to the C chord again, and we go A, D, E, B, so thumb, thumb, index, middle with the picking fingers. Then to a D chord, pinching the D and the E string, middle, index, ring, so we go C, D, then make an F major 7 chord. I'll just play this bar. So this is the same as the bar directly above it, bar 10. Okay, so let's put that all together. This is your C chord, D chord, F major 7, then lift up the F major 7, just leave the middle finger where it was on fret 2 on the G, then open on A, second on A, and then the remaining 2 bars, C, D, F major 7, strums. Okay, so I'll just do that again. So the C chord, you pick it down from the A, D, G and B, and the D chord from the D string down to the thinner string. Then make an F major 7, and then let that hold, and then the singing starts after that. Okay, so I'm going to recap. I'm going to go back to the second time we do a C. And then we're back to this part again, okay? Good, so that gives you the intro to Stairway to Heaven, which is a lot of fun to play. I really hope you've enjoyed it. See you again soon for another lesson.